everyone. This is Justine Shine, your platinum leader with Team Eclipse. I've been with Archer and Evolution now for about a year, a little over a year. So today we are going to be talking about creating your business name. Okay, so for those of you attending today or watching, if you're very early on in your business, this is the most important part. Yeah, our travel agent certification is important, all those things, but ultimately your business name is what's going to catch clients to your business, right? And one question I'd like to ask everyone before we officially get started is if you would, in the chat box, put for me if you have already created your business name or if you have not, just so I know where everyone's at. Because sometimes, maybe you've created your business name, but it's early days of your business and you're like, I don't know if I like that, but it's a placeholder. So we're going to start there. Let's see. Okay, so Trevor, you have not. Lily, you have. Luxurious Ticket. That is really catchy. I like that a lot. Awesome. Ty, you have not. Sierra, oh, you've created your business name. Good. Um, Nicole, have you or have you not? Sorry, I'm not quite. It's not clear based on what you said. Let's see. Olivia, you created a name wherever I may roam travel agency. That's nice. Okay. So I see someone is named Motorola. So if you could rename yourself in the participants list, that would be great. Thank you. But you have not yet. Okay, Sheena. You have, yes, Jennifer, not yet, not yet. Okay, so we have a good mix, right? And those of you that have come up with one, they're super creative and definitely unique. Okay. So the reason I ask again is just to see where everyone is. But I'd ask that all of you here today go through the process that I'm gonna show you right now. All right, and there's a Google Doc that I'm gonna share with you in just a moment. And we're going to walk through the process of creating your business name. Okay. Of course, there is not a one way fits all for this kind of thing. All right. However, what I've come up with, I think, is a good step by step creative thinking process. All right. Some of you who have created your business name might have just gone right to a business name generator or things like that. But this is just another way of going through that process. So you have that Google Doc in the chat right now, guys. So go ahead and open that up. What you're going to need to do is go to File and then make a copy in order to edit the document. All right. So once you have done that, go ahead and put done in the chat so I know that I can move on. All right. Because again, this is not just a training, but I'm going to have you guys actually start working on the prompts that I have for you. All right. And we have 20 people attending, so this is awesome. My hope is that we can get a portion through the process of creating your name. Thank you, Emily. You're done. Awesome, awesome. Perfect. Let's see. It's 5, 6, 7, 8. We're halfway there. Oh, so okay, yeah. So to make a copy again, guys, you're gonna go to when you open the link, go to File, and then make a copy. And that's it. All right. There might be another prompt after that, but afterwards you should have your own copy of this to start editing. All right. Awesome. Oh, yes. So some of you might have to download the app if you're on your phone, and that's okay. It's just a Google Doc app. And then from there, you should be able to type in the document. All right, so most people are done. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on. So first things first, guys, why is having a business name so important? Feel free to unmute and share. Why is it important?
Because we need something that is going to stand out for people when they're searching for a travel tip for marketing.
Absolutely. Yes. What else, guys?
So you can brand yourself, your business.
Exactly. Yes. Sierra says it's how people find you. 100%. Let's see. Diana, so it's marketing yourself and your own business. Exactly. What else, guys? Anything else? No? All right, so we're going to go through a couple things that answer this question. All right, so um, here are some things to consider when you are creating your business name. Okay. First off, what is your niche within travel? Okay. That's probably the most important thing and the number one thing you need to do first before even starting the process of creating your business name. Why? Because if you have a specialty in travel, so for me, my niches are all inclusive resorts, cruising, and wedding travel. I book a lot of honeymoons and things like that. So when I was considering how I was going to market myself, I was thinking through that lens, right? Um, I made the mistake at the start of my business with not really taking the time, a lot of time to think about and consider my business name. It's too late for me now. It's been a whole year. I've branded myself for a year, so I can't change it, right? But early on, guys, it's so important to decide your niche. So, with that being said, what is your niche going to be in this industry? Put it in the chat for me. Someone says luxury travel. Okay. And when you're deciding your niche, guys, it's very important to think about travel that you personally like to book or even partake in, right? The worst thing is marketing yourself in a niche in travel that you're not even comfortable in. Right? Yeah, maybe you do need to take some certifications and learn more about it, but naturally we fall under certain categories that we like the most, right? Let's see. Someone says cruises and island destinations, nature travel, wonderful, or nature adventures. Let's see. Cruises, family trips, honeymoon. Okay. Adult only, maybe. Someone said all inclusive. Perfect. And some of you might really love a destination. That's fine. But we want to focus more on the category of travel because destinations kind of fall under that afterwards, right? Let's see. Serving women, awesome. Women's travel, that's great. Someone says they want to become well versed in everything. That's wonderful. You guys, certainly you can book everything, right? Ultimately, we are going to have clients come to us regardless of our niche, asking for something different. And yes, of course, we're going to take that on, right? But for marketing purposes, it is good to have that niche, right? So for me, my clients know that I am going to automatically find them all inclusive resorts, right? I have clients that come to me all the time for island vacations because of how I market myself. Someone says romantic solo trips. Awesome. Yes. So if you have your niche decided, then we can keep going, right? So second thing to consider is how clear is the name once you come up with it or a list of them, right? That can be a helpful thing narrowing down the list. Okay, so how clear is it? Does it sound like a business? Right. Number three, is it a memorable or catchy name? So the prompts that we're going to go through on that Google Doc that I showed you is going to help create a memorable, catchy name, hopefully, right? All right. And then number four, does the business name already exist? This is the most important part as well, because if the name already exists on Google, Facebook, Instagram, Yelp, wherever you would go to check if a business exists, you're going to lose clients, right? There's going to be more than one business that pops up with that name and they might not choose yours. Okay. Also, it's just, legally we can't steal someone else's business name, right? So it needs to be unique. Number five, this is a typo here, but is the name authentic to your business and your values, right? One of the prompts you have is going to also help with that. And then lastly, does the name fit your audience demographic? So for people who are doing family travel, it's important to consider what that demographic is in terms of age of people, maybe how old kids are when it comes to doing family trips. Also, family travel has to do with family reunions. So really, as family travel, you could be booking for all ages, right? Um, and then other things that come into that are maybe for people doing cruising, right? Maybe your clients might be more located near where ports are, hence why they might love cruising more, right? So those are just a couple things to get your brain moving with that. Okay, let me check the chat box real quick. See some questions here. Yes, so the link, oh yeah, thank you, Olivia. Yep, and then you're gonna go to file, make a copy. All right. Exactly, Maggie. Yeah. So don't call it party vacations if it's family travel or spiritual travel, right? Not really going to be a party on vacation. Maybe for the parents if it's family travel, right? But yes, that's a really good thing to consider as well. Thank you. All right. So after we've considered these things, all right. Oh, here we go. Here are some golden rules of naming your business. Okay, some of which we just mentioned, but in addition, one, again, you want to make it easy to pronounce and remember. Okay, you want to avoid unusual spellings so that again it's memorable for somebody and easy to remember maybe a half hour after they saw it and weren't near their phone to check Google, right? Third, keep it simple but unique and non-related to other businesses in the industry. So for example, my business name is Vacations with Justine. All right. You maybe not don't want to have yours be Vacations with whatever your name is or whatever you want to add, right? Just as an example. Four, avoid trends, okay? Trends are always going to be temporary, okay? Maybe later on in life they cycle back, but ultimately people move on from trends. Just like TikTok, right? We have trends coming and going all the time on that platform. So don't use common trendy phrases from today's society because if your business is going to be long term, okay, the younger generations that grow up or people that grow up not knowing that trend, they're not going to understand it. So they might not be so inclined to check out your business, right? Number five, you want to avoid abbreviations, spell the words out, okay? Again, making it easier to remember. And then number six, search the name you come up with to make sure it doesn't exist. We just went over that, but I have it here again just in case. All right. Any questions with that information, guys, before we go into the creative process? I'm going to guess not. So, with that being said, let me go to our document here. So, if you have a copy made, perfect. We're going to start editing. All right. Let's start with, let's see. No questions? Okay, awesome. Thanks, Jennifer. So let's start with prompt number one. One thing that's super important is to write out your story, okay? Why did you start your business? What made you interested in the travel industry? What is your experience with travel? And then lastly, what do you enjoy the most about being a travel agent? All right. Now that we have that done, we're going to move on to prompt number 2, where we're going to consider who we are as an individual, right? So, first, what are your passions in life? Do you have any nicknames? Okay, because sometimes people like to incorporate that into their business name. What are your core values? All right. What do you really value in life? What do you firmly believe in? What do you stand for? All those things. Next, how would someone else describe you? Right? What would they think your personality is? And then lastly, what are some people, places, and things that are important to you? All right, so again, we're going to set another 3-minute timer, and we'll do 3.5 for this. This one's a little harder. Okay, and then we will revisit. Right. All right, so now some people have completed prompt number 2. All right, so far with prompt 1 and 2, guys, you just start to think of ways that you can pair words together that you're seeing as common traits amongst number 1 and 2. Okay. So, for example, in prompt number 1, under why did I start my business? I talked about wanting to help others, right? With prompt number 2, I mentioned one of my passions is helping others, specifically within travel. So you start to see your personality of your business start to appear as you're answering these questions, right? So with that being said, let's go on into prompt number 3. So, prompt number 3, what are other business names in the industry? Okay, so you're going to want to search industry specific directories maybe for business names that already exist. Number 2, maybe look up the business category of travel agencies in your area on Google. Okay, and then lastly, you want to use these names to brainstorm your own business name ideas. So, for example, when I go to Google Maps, there we go. And search in, let's see, travel agencies near me. All right, I'm gonna start to see all of these different names, right? So if there's any ones that catch your eye or the way that it's worded and pieced together that catch your eye, that's something that you want to copy over and put into this prompt number 3. Okay. So you're gonna go, let's just do this for everyone actually here or attending. Go right to Google Maps, type in travel agencies near me and see what pops up, okay? And let's pull maybe 3 or 4 different names that catch your eye. All right, so I'm gonna give another 3 minutes to do that. All right, starting now. All right, awesome. So now people have completed prompt number 3. All right, so you should have 3 to 4 business names that already exist within Google Maps. Now, again, why are we doing this? We're coming up with not what not to use, right? But seeing these catch our eye is catching our eye for a reason, right? There's words in there that are, personally speaking to you and things like that. So that's why we are doing that the way we are with prompt number 3. So moving on to prompt number 4, word association. This is going to be another brain dump, okay? So what you're gonna do is make as long of a list that you could possibly make within the next 3 minutes, um, that are emotions, feelings, traits, or whatever within the travel industry. So when you think of the travel industry, what are the words that you think of automatically? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start our timer now. All right, so now that we have our list of word associations within the industry, we now have all 4 prompts completed, right? So what you're going to want to do next is go through all of these prompts and pull out things that are common amongst everything, right? So for me, a big characteristic that I'm seeing across the board is let's see here, helping others. The word all inclusive pops up a bunch. So the word also like Caribbean, tropical, warm weather, that type of deal starts to make me want to maybe change my business name, right? I'm not going to, but Right? So you're going to want to go back and consider all those things and common characteristics across the board of what you're finding, okay? And then you're going to start making your list of business names that are potentials, okay? I actually should probably add that onto this original, which I didn't think to do before. So we're going to have a prompt number 5. For those of you attending this, you just add this into your already made document, okay? So prompt number 5 is making a list of potential business names, okay? So from here, this is as after you make this list, you're going to want to check Google, Facebook, Yelp, etc. To make sure it does not already exist. All right. And again, you want to go through the, let's see, golden rules list. Okay, and I will put what that list is on the doc as well. You guys should be able to copy and paste from the original onto yours. All right. Oh, it's all white text. Hold on. That's not very helpful, is it? There we go. All right, so now you should be able to just copy paste that prompt number 5. For those of you attending, this is going to take some time, right? It's going to be outside of this meeting because you need to take a look at everything you've done prior and start to come up with those different names, make sure it follows that golden rules list and things like that. All right. So with that being said, again, this creative process is important. It takes time to come up with a company name. If you plan to be in this business for a while, it's important that you have a name that's going to last through the test of times, right? The industry is always changing. Things are being added. Um, younger generations are growing up, and maybe different types of travel are trending, right? So you want to be that business that sticks out through all of that, right? Through the name that you have. So for those of you attending, I'm going to answer questions, have a Q&A session in just a moment, but I am going to stop this recording. All right. So thank you so much for those of you watching this. I appreciate you attending, and I hope that this process helped you come up with at least a list of potential names that you can now narrow down and find what's going to work for you for years to come. All right, so thank you so much, everyone.